Just gonna do a couple things on my other monitor, and then I'll begin. Welcome, first viewer. How is everyone doing today? Wait a minute, is that everyone, just me on my... Oh, how awkward. I'm not sure. Not sure. Just give me a couple minutes and I will start. Yeah, bird game pod. Cat's got face, little man. Alright, the stream is commencing. Welcome, everybody. It's a wonderful day out. Uh, it's warming up a bit. Came home from work and the cat's busted into the freezer again. But that's okay. You know what's surprising about that is that if you think about like the top three tastiest items in your freezer for a cat, I'd be thinking like chicken, seasoned sausages. But no, no, no. What do they go for? They go for the cheese bagels. They go for the raisin bagels. They go for the hot dog buns. So now they are stuffed like pigeons. And I'll still have to feed them anyway if I want to give them something nutritious. So that's twice in a row they get the last laugh. Oh man. So quick stream channel update, I guess. Um, Still publishing videos correctly, which is great. I have to edit all the titles manually, so I don't know how to do that, but whatever, I'll figure it out. Yeah, so it's gonna be Monday, Thursday, starting now-ish. Go for 3 hours, hour and a half. We'll take a break. You know, we'll keep that a bit flexible. At least 3 hours, and then if I have unfinished business or if it's just really fun, then I'll keep going for an indefinite amount of time. So today we're playing, and then any streams on top of that will just be like bonus streams because I really wanna. So today we're having a battle of good card games versus evil card games. And the first one on the evil side is Wingspan. Wingspan is a survival horror game very about resource management and surviving increasing difficulty, increasingly difficult birds that are trying to kill you. Very scary game. I would not recommend watching this if you were under the age of 18 because it might just scare the pants right off of you. And then after that is going to be Inscryption, which has a lot of content, new content since I last played it. The new content is a challenge mode based around Act 1 with more cards, ramping up difficulties, apparently a couple new mechanics. It'll be pretty nice. So with that, I'm gonna play. Yeah, I just want to show you guys two card games that I like. And for Wingspan, I'm just gonna play solo against some toughy AIs. And the reason for that is because I don't want half of the game to be just waiting for someone to play their turn. I would not call that quality content. So we're gonna pick some burbs to be my enemies. We're gonna be the green waxwing. Oh, we get 2 puffins. We can't do that. Okay. For those of you new to Wingspan, I'll give you the quick rundown on how it works. This is the digital copy based off of the board game. And soon it'll be my turn. So Wingspan is a PvP game. Kinda. It's a PvP game in the same way that like playing solitaire beside your friend is a PvP game. And that when you're both done playing, someone's gonna stand up and be like, "Hey, I did a little better than you." But there is limited interaction with other players as you compete for the highest score. And the AIs are just taking their turns. I'll take my starter cards, and we'll get going from there. In the meantime, I switched to my classic crappy headset. I'm hoping you can hear me pretty well because no one told me that last time my volume was ass. I was really quiet. First video, the contrast was much better. So I hope the contrast is good again. Wingspan's pretty quiet actually, so especially since I have the music off. There we go, got the horror music to really set the mood. I'm really quiet now. Oh boy. Hang the heck on. I'm quieter than the lowest possible volume on YouTube. How the hell do I fix that? No way, I'm looking at my mixer and I'm like double the desktop audio. Alright. Let me do some looking. Just project your voice. How about I surgically graft the microphone to the inside of my lungs? That's the only way I can think of to be any louder. I mean, I can nerf the desktop audio even more. And I don't know, that's pretty quiet. That's really quiet. I'm not sure how to fix that. How is it right now, though? Is it... I don't know. I'm not a genuine streamer until I just scream all the time. I am aware of that, but... Alright, man... I want to improve though. I'm just not sure how. Let's let me go into properties just for a couple seconds. It looks like I can actually add an additional gain. So I added a bit of gain, and I hope that's okay. I also need to increase. Okay. And that's the best I'm gonna do for now. Hopefully that improves things. Let me know. Did that change anything? All right, great. Let's do a couple more decibels just to be extra sure, because I'm sure my voice is gonna drop off a bit over time. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Hopefully it doesn't sound like my mic was made in 2004. So, Wingspan. Let me draw my starting stuff. That's actually a pretty baller start, as far as I'm concerned. Alright. Okay, so the goal of Wingspan is to get more points than anyone else at the end of 4 rounds. In each round, you can take a certain amount of actions. Round 1, you can do 8 things. Round 2, 7 actions. Round 3 is 6. And I guess round 4 is 5. I thought it was one more than that each, but 8, 7, 6, 5. So the game progressively speeds up a little bit. And you win the game by getting the most amount of points. You can get points from a variety of sources. The most obvious is by the value of each bird, as indicated by the little feather. So the ruddy duck is worth 0 points. More like rubbish duck, am I right? But birds also have abilities, which will do other things for you. Um, you can play ducks into 3 different habitats. There's the forest, there's the prairies, grasslands, and there's the wetlands. Each burb has a preferred habitat or habitats. They have an egg cost and they have a food cost. To play birds and to get points, you need to acquire resources. The 3 resources are food, eggs, and cards, which just let you play birds. Food is what you feed the birds to afford them. Each burb has a food cost. Eggs allow you to place more and more birds within the same habitat. The first burb costs, let's do it here. The first burb costs 0 eggs. The second and third burb costs 1 eggs each. And the fourth and fifth burb costs 2 eggs each. So if you want to fill one biome up with burbs, you need to pay more and more eggs progressively. Eggs are also worth 1 point each at the end of the game if you have extras. Is that it? Oh yeah, how do you get resources? So you get resources by spending an action activating one of your habitats, your biomes. The more birds you have in a biome at the time of activation, the more powerful the effect will be. You get food from the forest, you get eggs from the grasslands, and you get more cards from the wetlands. So for instance, if I were to activate my forest right now, I would gain 1 food cube of choice from the bird feeder. The food cubes are just dice because this is based off a real game in the physical world. And if you have all 5 birds in the habitat, you can still activate it for the most powerful effect. Works the same way in every habitat. So I think that's pretty much it. Birds also have abilities, I guess, and so when you activate the habitat, you'll also activate the ability of each bird within the habitat. This leads to my preferred strategy of filling up the grasslands with birds that give you lots of points on their abilities. And then near the end of the game, I just activate the grasslands a whole bunch, lay a bunch of eggs, which is worth points, and all the profitable birds in the grasslands also give me points, and that's where all my points come from. You can also compete with other players for end of the round goals. For instance, round 1, which we're on right now, whoever has the total number of birds played will win and get 4 extra points added to their score. I consider these secondary objectives unless they happen to just line up with your own strategy. You can also take a look at what other people are doing. Though with the competitive aspects of this game being rather light, I usually don't need to look at what anyone else is doing. I just do my own little thinking thing. So right now, the hand I picked, I have 2 food, and I picked 3 ducks that all live in the wetlands. What I'm thinking is that I will play all of these ducks in the wetlands, all of these birds, and they have some pretty decent abilities too. So once I've played them all, I'll have a bunch of cards from the activation of the wetlands, which gives me cards, and I'll have a few points and other resources from these boyos. The duck costs either a worm or a seed. He lets me draw 2 cards and discard 1, so he's a great way to get cards really fast and really cheaply. The old seagull tucks a card from my hand behind the bird. This consumes my card, but gives me an extra point at the end of the game, and then I draw 1 card. So it's basically a discard to get a point, and then I draw a new card. And the osprey lets everyone gain a free fish from the supply. I am completely fine with giving other players fish right now, if it means I get my own fish that I can then use to play my other cards. So I think I'm gonna start with the little, also if you click them, they make the real sound. Absolutely terrifying. So play the osprey. That was my turn. 1 of 8 for round 1. I'm gonna keep making him beep. Can't make a bird without breaking a few eggs. That's right. Right, so now to play a second bird in this area, I'll have to cough up an egg, metaphorically. Fortunately, I don't have eggs, so I'll have to activate my empty grasslands just to get 2 eggs. Every bird has a number of eggs you can store on it. This one just happens to be 2. And I can consume these eggs at a later date. Right now, it doesn't really matter where you store your eggs, though I see in the upcoming rounds it will matter. For instance, round 2, whoever has the round 2 goal is to get the most eggs on birds with a specific nest type, a cavity nest. If you look at the cards again, you can see a circular gray sort of shape next to the osprey's head. That's the nest type of the bird. So the osprey has a platform nest, like with the sticks. The ruddy duck also has a platform nest, and the gull has some sort of round nest. I don't know. Here the vulture has a cavity nest. The bunting here has some sort of bowl nest. And the hermit thrush has a star, which means it builds a star-shaped nest. I'm just kidding. That means it's a wild. It counts as all nest types. Um, Actually, though, this black vulture is a very good card. It lives in the forest. It costs no food, and it potentially gives me more food without having to activate the forest. I can explain more about that later. So I'm at a bit of a crossroads right now. I could either play my next bird, which I was planning on doing. It's gonna play the duck. But I'm thinking right now I'll actually activate the wetlands, draw the card. You can draw one of the 3 available cards, or you can take a mystery card. I could discard an egg to get an extra card, but I don't want to do that. And I will choose to give everyone a fish, because now I have another fish that I can consume. The ring-billed gull requires 2 food of any kind, and I happen to have 2 food right now, so if I wanted I could play the gull. Now I just wait for everyone else to take their turn. I could talk about the vulture. So the vulture's ability is a bit special in that it does not happen when you activate its habitat. Instead, it activates when a condition is met in between turns. So if another player's predator action succeeds, that's another type of bird action, then I would gain 1 food of my choice from the feeder. Now we can do a little bit of scouting around to see if anyone has a bird that has a predator action. And it appears that no one does yet, so I'm not going to play the vulture. That would be a bit silly. He'd just stand around. So I'm going to continue the original plan of playing Mr. Duck. Spend 1 egg. Then my plan is to activate the wetlands again. Draw 2 cards. It's going to be 3 because of the duck. I'll pick the cards that I want to progress my strategy. And I'll get another free fish from the osprey that I can then feed to my gull to get him played. Or maybe I'll need it to feed some other new bird that I pick up. I'm not sure. Overall, this is looking pretty promising. I feel efficient in my timeliness here. It's all about getting the most done as fast as you can, since the limited resource in this game is how many turns you have. So I'm going to activate the wetlands again. I'm going to choose 2 cards. The Hermit Thrush is interesting because it could be a good buff for my forest. The players with the fewest birds in the forest would gain 1 from the feeder. And if this bird is the only bird in my forest, the chances are that I will be the only person with the fewest bird, and I would get the food from it. This would give me a more powerful forest than what it's really worth with only 1 bird in it. And I am going to need a pretty fair amount of food to just continue through the game. That does cost 3 food, 3 specific food. The alternate idea would probably be the bunting here, where I could pick a worm or a berry from the feeder of my choice, if they're around. I could put it in the grasslands so that he'd be activated whenever I need eggs, which is quite often as well. That's actually a pretty tough choice. I think I'm gonna... They're both, the same cost, 3 food. I think I'm gonna pick the thrush because its nest type is a star, and the upcoming round goals are specific with the type of nests your birds have. So if I have a wild nest, this would be a helpful card to have in every upcoming round. So I'm going to take 1, take that guy. I don't want the others, so I'm going to take a mystery card. Got the waxwing. Interesting. He's okay. And then we're activating the Ruddy Duck's ability, draw 2 and discard 1. I'll take 2 mystery cards. And I can discard one at the end of my turn. I will take the fish. So now I have to figure out what I want to discard. I'm looking at the crow. I can play him anywhere. He costs 1 food of my choice, so he's pretty cheap. And he lets me discard 1 from any bird to gain 1 of any food I want. Not from the feeder, but from the supply, which is like the game's box where you store all the rest of the food. So basically, he lets me trade an egg in for a food. That's also interesting to play in the grasslands because I'd be getting an egg, and then I would be consuming an egg to get whatever food I want. I'm thinking it would be a bad idea to have both the crow and the thrush at the same time, so I think I'm probably going to want to pick from one or the other. But let's take a look at the other one. The northern bobwhite costs 3 grains. He goes in the grassland, and when I activate him, he gives me a free egg. This is pretty much the perfect kind of card I want to see in the grasslands because I'm going to be activating it a lot to get eggs, and he just gives me eggs. So it's a natural synergy. Definitely going to keep the bobwhite. I'm going to keep the waxwing too, I think. I can tuck a card which gives me a point, and if I can get lots of points, I'll get lots of food. I think... I think I'm going to keep the crow since he's a little bit cheaper on food. And as my strategy is going so far, food is going to be a little bit iffy. So I'm going to keep the crow. I'm going to throw out the hermit thrush. See ya. You're garbage. I'm just kidding. While the AIs take their turn, I'm going to get a glass of water because I'm trying to talk loud and talking a lot. It's making me thirsty. Alright. I'm back. And it's my turn. 3 turns left of round 1. Let's see how we're doing with the round goal. I've played 2 birds. Everyone else has played 1 bird. So, I mean, so far I'm the winner, but that could change quickly, obviously. I can either go with my original plan, play the gull, or I could deviate, say that I have enough cards, and I could play the crow and start building up my grasslands. That's a toughie. I think I'm just gonna do the gull. Then I'll activate the wetlands again next turn. I get even more cards, and it'll give me one last chance to refine my strategy before I dig in somewhere else. I'll play the gull. He's gonna eat the fish. Just give him the egg. He hatches. You imagine being this osprey and you lay an egg and then this guy pops out. Finer detail to mention is that the cards available in the wetlands will change. I think whenever someone picks one up, then it just flips over a new one. I think that's it, actually. Duckers. Can we get Pog Duck? Pog Gullpog? Gullpog? Gullstrat Pog? Let's see what this guy's doing. He's got the King Rail. And that's it. He's got the Canada Goose. And the Nuthatch. He's a cutie. This guy's got the flycatcher for food. And that's it. They're going kind of slow. I forget which AI I made on hard. I think it was the red puffin that's on hard mode, which is experimental. Okay, my turn. I've been messing around. Time to do my plan. Draw the cards. Oh, yeah, I've also got my vulture to pop in the forest sometime, whenever someone actually plays a card that can let the vulture benefit. Alright, so I'm done developing my wetlands right now. I don't need even more cards. So I'm not going to take the yellow throat. The woodpecker is kind of eh. All he really is a place to store 2 eggs and 3 points. He just lets me play another bird in the same habitat at the same time, thus making thus putting an extra bird in the habitat that's in the biome. That's it. And the bunting I already rejected from last time, so I probably say no, and I'll take some mystery cards. I got a quail, which also lays 1 egg on the bird and can go in the prairies, so that's just like the bob white, which is pretty good. Gonna keep them. So what I'm probably gonna get rid of is my that hatch that I just drew. He's a forest only bird and he's just to get food, but I have a new way to get food, so I'm gonna get rid of him. I'm gonna tuck that card, which will give me a point at the end of the game, and I can draw a new card. Prothonotary Warbler. He's just a yellow boy who's worth 8. Pretty unexciting. Draw 2 more cards. Oh, got a big boy swan who also doesn't do anything. But he makes a funny sound. I think I'll get rid of... probably just this guy. Alright, let me show you why he's called the Trumpeter Swan. Cause like he's got a trumpet in his neck. Remember that episode of Family Guy where like Peter accidentally sat on the harmonica and then he got musical farts? It's like that. Alright, one more turn in round 1. If I play a bird, I will for sure win this round unless someone plays 2 birds in the round and ties me, which is unlikely. So let's just play that something. What were we thinking about? The crow. Let's play him. Put him in there. Eat the fish. For you. Alright. First place. Very good. If you tie for first, say, you take the first and second rewards, you compile them, and then you split them in half. Which is why the second and third, everyone else got 0, because 1 divided by 3 is 0. I mean, 1 divided by 3 is not 0, but the game would look really cluttered if there was an infinitely repeating decimal on the screen. So, the new cards I got did not really change my strategy much. In fact, all it really did was bolster it a bit, as I got another card that lays eggs. Unfortunately, they are both very expensive in terms of food. Which is a shame. And the waxwing could give me berries, but the berries, they don't even eat berries. So this is the fault in my plan, I would say. I can still get food, but I can only get 1 food per turn because I didn't put any cards here. I'm gonna do another little investigation and see if... okay, here's a predator. That skull symbol is next to the card. So when this hawk is activated, this person looks at a card from the deck, a mystery card. And if the card's wingspan, as you can see beneath its feet, is less than 75 centimeters, then the bird, quote unquote, eats the card and gets a point from it. So if I play my vulture now, and this person's like hunt succeeds, I will get a free food from the vulture. It'd be even better if someone else also had a predator. Oh, and they do have a red-tailed hawk here. So I think I am going to play the vulture now that it's profitable. Don't have to pay any eggs, which is also nice. And I'll just put them there. Now also, if I activate my forest in the future, I can choose to discard a card for an extra food. And I do have a couple extra cards here that I don't need. The Trumpeter Swan I just took to make this sound. And the Waxwing is just here because I didn't throw them away earlier. Now to play any more birds, we will need eggs. And I might as well take eggs now to give the Vulture a chance to give me a free food. If I wanted, I could discard a food to get a third egg, but obviously I don't want to do that. I could also rely on my crow here to get me one extra food, and I think I will do that. So now round 2 is up, and the goal is to have as many birds as possible with cavity nests who have at least one egg. So for every bird with a nest type with an egg will be worth 1 point. The black vulture is of that nest type, so that would be worth 1 point. And no one else is, so I'll just put it on the crow. And I will actually discard his egg. Eh. Alright, I just didn't click it right for some reason. Let's undo a step, because that was weird. Oh, it has to be another bird. Yeah, okay, I'm just not a good listener. Yeah, alright, so we'll take this one back. And I can gain 1 food of my choice. So, these two, they need lots of seeds, so I'm gonna get the seeds. Going on seed hunt. And my vulture got me a food. I'm also gonna take this seed from the feeder. I have 2 seeds and 1 berry, which unfortunately is not enough to play a bird card yet. One thing I can do, oh, okay, so someone else activated a hummingbird, which gives me a berry, and an ability I can always do is trade any food of my choice for 1 food of my choice again. And what that basically means is that I can play this guy right now. So I'm paying 2 of my seeds, and I'm exchanging 2 berries I have for the 3rd seed, and I can put them down. I'm being overcharged, but I'm not gonna play this Waxwing anyway, so I don't mind. We'll play him. Probably not gonna win this round, as I only have 1 bird with a cavity nest, and I'm not planning on playing any more anytime soon. But that's okay. Like I said, I think I kind of consider them to be secondary goals. So I need to lay more eggs. I'll put 1 on this guy, just for my point. And I'll put a couple on the crow. This guy will lay 1 egg on himself, and then I will take the egg for a food. Let's see what's in the feeder. Only a couple things. Okay. I was thinking if the feeder had a lot of one thing, then I might take the thing that's not in the feeder, but nothing's in the feeder, so I'll just take a seed. Three more turns. Excuse me. I need 2 more food, and I know of a way to get 2 food. I could do it in 1 turn, or I could get half the food in this turn and hope my vulture boy succeeds. Honestly, I think I'll just do it a bit slower because I'm still getting eggs. Yeah, sure. Now it's in the feeder. Even less. Okay, I'll get the other seed. Oh, and my vulture came through, so I re-roll the feeder, and there is a worm. I take the worm. Now I have just enough to play the next bird, and we are gonna soar all the way past all these other computer scrubs, and we are gonna get so many points by the end of the game. Right now we only have 33 points, but you get lots more points thanks to these slut birds. Slut birds are the true heroes, really. Last turn in the round. It appears that a lot of people only have one one of the correct bird types with an egg, but that may change. Maybe I'll tie for second and get nothing again. Okay, so what do I want to do for this last turn? I don't really want to play any of these cards, so I think I might just get some new cards. I could even spend an extra egg to get new cards, because I do have a lot of eggs. Alright, interesting picks here. They don't have abilities that happen every time I activate them, only when I play them the one time. But they give me bonus cards. Bonus cards are another way to earn points, and you get one at the start of the game. I picked this one. And you get more points by owning birds with body parts in their names. That was just the one I picked because it sounded a little bit better. I'm probably not gonna get more than the 2 to 3 birds, which gives me 3 extra points. So it could be a good way to get points by getting a new bonus card. These guys go in the forest, and right now I think it's still pretty cheap to play stuff in the forest. Only 1 egg. I might get the woodpecker in the hopes that someone will give me that free berry, and that'll make it even cheaper. Then I'll take a mystery card. The magpie is quite good. It's just a vulture, but it's a magpie now. And I think I'll even toss an egg to get one more. I am gonna have many eggs by the end of the game. Black skimmer. Roll all the dice not in the feeder. If any of the re-rolled ones are fish, then I get... he sucks. Okay, now I can tuck a card and draw a new one. I'll just get rid of that one. Get a new card. Lincoln Sparrow. And draw 2 more. The eagle is pretty good. I think we'll go for him next. Do I want a free fish? Yeah, sure. And I have to discard 1 card. Okay. I got a couple cards now here that have this effect. If the bird is to the right of all other birds in the habitat, i.e. like the newest bird in the habitat, I can move it to a new habitat. And what I believe the strategy for this is you play him in a cheap habitat where he only costs 1 or 0 or 1 eggs, and then you activate the habitat, and then you move it over to your like buff habitat. Then you activate that habitat, which has a more powerful effect now that this guy's in it, and then you move that guy out somewhere else that you want to activate next. He just kind of floats around the board as long as you keep him open, and that will keep your habitats a little more powerful that way until you bury him by accident, and then he's kind of useless. I haven't had too much luck with these guys. But I have like 3 of them. The Nighthawk does it. This one does it. And this one does it too. I'm just gonna get rid of them. Sorry, Mr. Beep Beep Beep. I think the next card I want to play is the Golden Eagle. He is one of the most powerful predators in the game, I believe, because he can predate you know, eat any card that has a wingspan of less than 100. It looks like most of us tied for first, so we get 5 plus 7 divided by 3 is 2. Kind of a letdown. The next round could be my round because a lot of my birds have the correct nest type. I think 3 of them do. So, right now to play the eagle we need 3 mice, and we have 0 mice. And there are none mice in the feeder either, which is a shame. So I could either use the crow for a while to get it, or I could get it a little bit faster, maybe, by activating the forest. Once the feeder has either, I think, 2 dice or fewer, or if all the dice are the same, you can re-roll it. So what I would do is I would discard a card, take the berry, re-roll it, and then hope for 1 mouse. So if I do this, that's one way to get a mouse for sure, plus an extra food. And if I do it this way, from the grasslands, I get 5 eggs minus 1, and also 1 guaranteed mouse. So in terms of points, this is more profitable. So really, like, why else? Why would I not do it this way? Yeah, I'll just do it that way. Anything else I really want to play? Excuse me. The magpie can help get me some food, but he doesn't give me points, and he's a grasslands only bird, so I'll probably keep him out. I still don't want the waxwing. It's just the eagle and the woodpecker, which I want to play eventually, just for a bonus card. But I could maybe play the woodpecker when I just have the food, and I don't know. I might not play him either. Let's just get our food slowly. Let's put an egg here, so he's worth a point. And put an egg here. I'm gonna leave these 2 open because they're gonna lay eggs on themselves, and I don't want to fill them up. Then I'll lay egg on bird twice. I'll discard. No, not that one. I'll discard one of these just to keep them open. Take the mouse. Take the squeaker. And I get another mouse. Oh, from the feeder. Okay. So I take the useless berry, or I could take... I'll take the worm. Someone else could give me the berry for free, and then I'll have the worm and the berry, and I could play the woodpecker. So I'll take the worm. And there's the berry. I could play him now. I don't know if I want to play him now, but I could. I either play him now, or I do this again, and then I get probably... If I do this again, I'll probably have enough food at the end of the turn that I can just trade it all in for the other thing I need. Alright, yeah, I'll just throw them all in here. Or egg. Take that one. Take the mouse. Alright, now we can play our eagle. Once we've played our eagle, we'll be getting 4 eggs per turn. And the eagle will probably also be giving us a point every 1 or 2 turns. A lot of birds have a wingspan of less than 100 though. 100 centimeters. That's 1 meter. That's a big boy he can eat. Could play him. I'll take the 2 mice and 1 berry and a fish, because I'm not going to use the fish ever. And I'll still have enough stuff to play the woodpecker. I have to spend 2 eggs. I'll spend the crow's eggs. It's kind of funny because like all the eagles sound just kind of like seagulls. The bald eagle kind of sounds like a gull. They sound pretty pathetic. All right, I can pick a free food. I don't really want the berry, so I'm gonna re-roll. And I don't know. I'll take a worm, but I'll take this worm just to be a dick to the AIs. What's the biggest bird I can name? The blue whale bird. Does it have to be in the game or in real life? How are we doing here? Oh yeah, we're in the lead. We got 3. Is there anyone else I want to play in the... There's no one else I want to play in the grasslands yet. And it'd be nice to have a 5th who also gives me points. So, eh. Oh, okay. So the Northern Mockingbird's pretty good because he'll let me repeat a brown power on one other bird in the habitat, which means I can, I could do the eagle twice in a row, say. That's pretty good. I think I just want that. I actually have the food cost for him already. I can take it away from the... Sorry, woodpecker, you're not eating tonight. This guy is, though. And I'll take one more. The barn swallow. He's actually pretty good, too. He might actually be better than the mockingbird. Because I tuck a card from my hand, and then I draw one. If I do this, I have a lot of cards that I'm not going to play. And I'll be able to, feed him cards for the rest of the game. Whereas, in this habitat here, if I repeat the eagle's power, it could potentially fail and I lose a point. And if I repeat either of these boys' power, they'll probably just be full of eggs and they won't be able to do anything in the future. So I think the way to get points most reliably in the long term is going to be to play the barn swallow, even if he's only worth 1. But I also have his food cost. Man, that's pretty good. That's all I want. And now I'll just tuck a rando. See ya. Actually, thinking about it, the... Where'd he go? Yeah, the waxwing here. He also goes in the prairies, and he can tuck a card. As opposed to the swallow, which makes me draw one. Oh, but the swallow is infinite, because every time I tuck a card, I just get another one. Yeah, okay. I don't need the waxwing then. And just take him. I'll just take him. No fish. Banned from the fish pile. No one else gets free handouts anymore. Get rid of the night hot. Did you hear that? That's kind of funny though. Maybe keep him around. Let's get rid of... Oh, but I like that magpie. He's cute too. Let's get rid of him. See ya. I got a new favorite sound. My favorite sound, your least favorite sound. Beep beep beep. He's doing the beep. Alright, my turn. We're coming into the home stretch here where we get 1,000,000 points. How are we doing right now? We got 50 points. Let's make it 100. For if you're wondering, I'd say in the base game, maybe like 60 to 70 points is a pretty trash game. Unless you get 69, that's a pretty nice game. If you get 70 to 80, that's like an okay game. 80 to 90 is a good game. Yeah, it's fairly respectable, but not super respectable. 90 to 100, you'd feel pretty good about yourself. And then 100 plus is like, oh man, I got lucky. And I'll probably win this round too. Okay, so what am I gonna do? Gonna put card here. It costs 2 eggs. It's gonna be gonna do one more make sure, because the barn swallow, infinite points, but he only gives me 1 point by himself. The other candidate is the mockingbird, which is worth 2 points, and might fail twice in a row. Might fail to give me a point on his own twice in a row. So I'm thinking, yeah, he's only worth 2. So I think the barn swallow is still better. The kestrel could give me points, but this action is pretty iffy. It's maybe like a 50-50, if that. At least whenever I play it. So I think, yeah, it's going to be the swallow. And he's got the star type nest, which is great too. Gonna use these eggs just to free up their storage. And now I'm thinking, okay, I get a free food. At this point, it probably doesn't matter much. I'll just take, I don't know, berry. So let's see how many points we get per turn, right? We get 1 plus 1 plus maybe 1. We can get up to 3 plus 4. So that's 4 cards, 4 points, plus 5 if I give up a food to get an extra egg. Plus the 4 more eggs. So that's 9 points per turn I would be getting. That'd be way better than even playing a bird that gives me a bonus card and getting the highest score from the bonus card. That would only give me 7. Well, plus 4 for the bird score himself. But, I don't know, at this point, like, this is such a guaranteed way to get lots of points. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just make sure my pebble nests are full. So I'll put one on him. He's got his egg. Yeah, that's all the right type of nests. So I'll just spread them out now. 5 eggs, tuck a card. And there, that's the game's mascot, the flycatcher. Look at him. Are there different types of quail? Oh, hey Dara, how's it going? Glad to see, glad you showed up. We're having a baller game. All right, predator action succeeded. There are many types of quails. You should ask. Hi, is. You should ask the mod. She has raised quails at some point. Lay my eggs, and I'm not gonna discard the egg because I don't need food right now. I'm just gonna burn my food to get an extra egg every turn. This quail makes an adorable noise though. And I got another free food. I'll just take the worm. Got so much good stuff here. Even if we played something worth like 8, he still does not compare. Here we go, end of the round goal. I win again. There kind of is competition. There's a leaderboard, sort of. I think the record for the best score is like 100 and I don't know, like 150 or something stupid. I'm really happy when I get over 100. And so is the only other person I've heard play the game. And we're just gonna keep farming points. Lay some more eggs, fill up. I might need to play more birds just so I can put eggs somewhere. Spend a berry in that case. Put it there. Tuck a card. Who can store the most eggs? Who has the biggest butt nest? Wherever they put them. I kind of want to put the woodpecker down to get a bonus card, but he can only store 2 eggs, and the best one otherwise is 4, which is kind of a shame. Flycatcher is worth 8 points, though. I don't know. If I succeed with the Woodpecker, it'd have to give me a bonus card that's worth at least 4 points. And this one is currently garbage. Anyway, I'm not going to use the Raven. And none of these give me lots of eggs. Here's another one who could belong in the grasslands. Tuck a card to give me a point, and then lay an egg to give me another point. Alright, does the eagle get to eat? Oh no, he too big. Sometimes doesn't work. Sorry, my boy. Lay the eggs. I'm not gonna discard eggs to get food. I think I can afford all of the ones I'm considering playing. So I skip. I'm being destroyed by my own success. How many points do I have right now? I already have 72 points, and I have 4 turns to get more. I bet I can get at least 90 if I play things right. Over 100 would be nice too. Let's just re-roll. Let's take the Kestrel wants the most, but I can't play him because he's in the wrong habitat. So I'll just take I can play, nah, he sucks. Play I don't know, just whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, are there any cards that can store like 1,000 eggs down here? Not really. I could burn an egg and draw like 5 more cards and see if that's something I want to play from there. But doing all that and then playing the card would take 2 out of 4 turns. And I don't know if I want to use my time that way because I want to use, well, I don't know. Like, I've got a really great way to lay a ton of eggs, but right now I have nowhere to put the eggs. Right now I can only store 5 eggs. Okay, 6 eggs. I can store 6 eggs, but I'm gonna get 7 per turn. So right now if I do it, I'd be wasting 1. So ideally I want to play a bird that can store like 6 eggs, or 4 or 5. I've got one that can store 4, but otherwise he's useless and he's worth 2 points. Whereas this guy can store 2 eggs, and he could give me a bonus card that is either good or trash. I think I'm gonna play this card, spend the next 2 turns drawing more cards and playing them, and then I can spend the last turn playing more eggs. Maybe we'll do that. Oh, the Flycatcher only goes in the grasslands. I kept him earlier for no reason. Okay, I'll play the Woodpecker. He better be good. Oh wait, no, I don't want to spend. I want to spend an egg here. It's important. Alright. So, I could get the Birds That Eat Berries card, which I only have 1 of, and that would give me a total of 0 points. Whereas this one is worth 3 points. So I guess I'll just take it. Now I have this card that gives me... come on. It's hard to do this when I have too many. I'll take the worm. Okay, so I have a bonus card that gives me like the 3 points, the one I just got. And the other one will give me 3 points if I play a bird with a body part in its name. And I don't think, unless scissors are a body part, I guess tail is a body part. Maybe? Get tail? Oh yeah, tail. So, okay, well I can't play him anyway, he's in the wrong. Alright, so these are all garbage, really. Can't think of a reason I'd play those. Yeah, so sorry, the bonus card. If I have two or more birds with body parts in their names, like red-breasted or I don't know, long-beaked. The ruddy duck is, I don't know, for some reason I thought it said ruddy beak, so that doesn't count. I think the only one I have is the ring-billed gull, because it's got bill in it. Yeah. If I get another card that has a body part in its name, I could play that one and put eggs in it, and that would probably be the most points. Because if I lay eggs right now, I've got 1, 2, 7. I've got 9 spots to store eggs. I got the northern bob white, but I'm not sure what part of that is a body part. So yeah, I'll take cards. Maybe we'll get lucky. Great blue heron. Red-shouldered hawk. Yeah, there we go. I can play the red-shouldered hawk. Its body's bob white. Thank you, Tara. Kana's a nurse. We can ask her where the bob white is located. But actually be serious about it. Make it sound like there's a real answer to that question and see if she struggles. Bobbert. Bobbert the bob white. Okay, let me do some math here. I get 7 eggs per turn. Oh, yeah, and I have more than 7 spots open. Okay, I'm overthinking something. I don't discard an egg to get a new card, because that'd just be 1 less point. So I'll tuck a random card, and just more cards. More cards, please, apparently. Need more. No fish. Painted bunting looks cute. And he makes a squeaky beep. Unfortunately, he's not good enough. Maybe next time. I don't think any of my other cards are better than the red-shouldered hawk, so I don't need a fish. I skip, and I will discard this guy. Okay. There's gonna be 2 turns left. Turn number 1. Oh, and I get the mouse. Even better. Turn number 1. I play the dude. Let me go over the math one more time, because we gotta get the most points. Turn number 1, we play the dude. He gives me 3 points. And, oh, he might help me win this challenge. I would have an extra bird with a platform nest. And that would definitely be worth it. Let me take a sneaky peeky at this puffin here. Alright, the puffin does not have any extra birds to get points from, so unless he plays a platform nest bird and then lays an egg on it, like I'm gonna do, he would tie me again. But if I can lay that kestrel and then put an egg on it, I'll win for 7 points here. And I believe that will make it worth the opportunity cost. Otherwise, if I just lay eggs twice in a row, I get 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9 points. Whereas this guy gives me this guy gives me 10 points. And maybe something else that I can't think of. Alright, well let's just play him. Oh, but I have to spend an egg. Actually, they might both be worth 9 points then. Whatever. We get Borb. Borb is worth. He's cute. Alright, just take a. Don't need it. Alright, final turn. Alright, just what I need. Another card. Look at him. GoldenEye. He's from that video game. Alright, lay the eggs. Discard the food. Gotta put one on the new boy, one on the rookie. Everyone else has at least one. Can put them there. Gotta go evenly because otherwise, I don't know, something bad happens. Tuck a card. Pick another card that we don't need. Look at a card. He's small enough. Get another point from him. That's good. Lay an egg. Lay an egg. Do not discard egg. Don't need it. That was the last turn. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, oh, of course. One more food, please. That's worth nothing. He swallows the whole barn. Actually, I think he got swallowed by the barn. I'm not sure, actually. Maybe it's just a really small barn or just a really big songbird. Okay, let's see how we did. I'm the top one. The hard mode is the red puffin, third from the top. And the others are just easy or medium mode. Alright. End of round goals were the rounds I was competing for. Now we get all our points in eggs. And some on the tucked cards too. We got 100! Nice. Got 100 points. That's pretty good. Yeah! I can take one more last look at the field. Get the vulture. MVP for giving me lots of food. Woodpeckers. Peaked beeper. The red-shouldered hawk really shouldered the bird at the end of the game. We got 5 very nice boys here. Helped me gain a lot of cash money. Get the ruddy duck who's worth 0, but he gave me all the cards that made it possible. Real MVP. Get the ring-billed gull who took me all the way up to 100 points. The real MVP. But of course the real MVPs are this row where we got all these boys who gave me lots of points. I just want to thank all the birds for helping me get this far. Everyone else is pretty garbage. This guy got the pelican, which is a pretty good card. You give it a fish, and then it'll give you 2 points by tucking 2 cards from the deck. So as long as you keep giving him fish, it'll give you 2 points per turn. It's pretty good. You only play him in the wetlands, and I was able to outscale that sort of thing. But he got some other burbs. You get the ferrite hawk, the iron, I don't know, the fur. Get the goose. This guy got the goose. Got that spoonbill. Look at him. Can you believe that he got it like that by eating only spoons? Yeah, what's this? Oh, trade one food for another food. I've never seen that one. Interesting. This guy's got a card that I can't mispronounce or I'll get banned from Twitch. The American coot. He's got a cute little black bit on his beak. Get the Roadrunner. That's a cool sound. Alright. Oh, you can see what they had in their hands, too. Alright. Let's get out of here. Oh, the owl got a pretty nice score, thinking about it. Okay. That took us almost to 6, which was our scheduled break time. I think I'm gonna just call it break time now. In the meantime, I'll set up game number 2, which is Inscryption. Like I said before, back when no one was here yet, this is the good card games versus evil card games. This was Wingspan, the survival horror game where you face off against terrifying beasts with an incredibly difficult resource management system. Next up is gonna be Inscryption, where you play a nice, relaxing game of cards against an old man who is just feeling a little lonely. You know, you come to the senior's home and you just cheer him up by indulging his role playing game. Very nice change of pace compared to Wingspan. It'll just make sure that you get all the nightmares out of your system before you go to bed tonight. No marble drop today, I'm afraid. But like I said, marble drop streams are gonna be Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and also Monday and Thursday. Every day of the week's gonna be marble drop. So if you want some marble drop action, don't worry because you can tune in anytime. There's always going to be marble drop. It's always got a place in my heart. Until then, though, I'm going to take a break for. Yeah, well, we're going to resume at the hour. So that's like 12 minutes from now. Get up and stretch, eat a snack, look at something far away that's not your screen. Take care of yourself, or I will find you. Hope y'all didn't see that minor whoopsie. I'm back and I'm booting up Inscryption. Or at least at the very minimum, I'm trying to switch my capture window to Inscryption. But it ain't working. Come on. Give me the game.
Okay, time to figure out what's on this thing.
It didn't reset my progress for no reason, did it? Because it's doing that intro thing. Do you have audio? I feel like you guys have audio, but not video. Yeah. What the heck then? Quick look up some quick tech support. Taking blind playthrough way too seriously. Very funny. Okay, I think I have the solution. Just gonna be to switch it into windowed mode. And let's see if that worked. Hmm. Hmm. We ain't got nothing. How odd. Here's what we're gonna do. Gonna relaunch the game. Yeah. That didn't seem to work. Just a few minutes, please. Gonna disable Steam Overlay and see if that helps. Let me know if you get anything other than audio, please. Hmm, that's a good idea. Change the game in the stream. Oh no, the fifth viewer. He's, he's gonna see how technologically inept I am, thanks to my inability to screen capture my window properly. I am so sorry. No way. My own mod wouldn't do me in like that, right? Oh yeah, Chad Eric is here too. How's it going, Chad Eric? Oh yeah. Now what the heck is going on? Oh, Beasting Man's not going to be in this one. We're going to be looking at Casey's mod, which is a new content uh, pack. Maybe I don't want to end the stream and then restart it, but maybe I could try that. If we've got problems capturing Inscryption, we might have extra problems capturing Marble Drop. Yeah, I've tried reopening the game a few times. I've also tried windowed and full screen. If I just do capture any full screen application, nah, that doesn't do anything. Man. Maybe we will have to switch to Marble Drop. Alright, my next trick is gonna be restarting the stream. So I'll just do that.